Hey guys, what's up? You know, the Blu-ray news for some of the shows that I watched growing up in the 80s and the 90s just keeps on coming and coming. I mean, a couple of days ago, it was Discotheque Media announcing the release of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog on Blu-ray in February of next year, along with the I guess you could say cult following, or basically fan cult following, Street Sharks, if you will. Or at least the beloved TMNT-inspired Street Sharks, also getting a release in April of next year onto Blu-ray, part of the SD on BD releases. Well, apparently they're not alone in this. Apparently they are not alone. According to the forums at forums-blu-ray.com and according to yes.com, that is your entertainment source website out of Canada. Apparently, we are getting one more release of something we all grew up on and we are fans of. And if you see the title below, then you are not seeing things, you are not reading things wrong. We are getting, according to Dawn of the Disc, this is on Dawn of the Disc Twitter page, it says, new title announcement coming to Blu-ray February 15th, around the same time that we're going to get Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog from Discotheque. Dawn of the Disc reports new title announcement coming to Blu-ray February 15th, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the complete series. It says, for the first time on Blu-ray, go nuts over Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers with all 65 episodes of sleuthing fun. And they also basically linked where they found it. It was reported apparently, I should say, by yes.b. Okay. Where they got it from, the website that they got it from was from basically, excuse me, let me get some coffee. I'm a little excited here. But apparently the news where they got it from, or Dawn of the Disc on the Twitter page reported it from, is courtesy of yes.b2bwave.com. You know, and there it is right there if you want any proof. That is the report. So yes, we are getting all 65 episodes according to Dawn of the Disc, according to forums.blu-ray.com, and according to the yes.b2bwave.com website, the Your Entertainment Source website. We are indeed getting a Blu-ray release of all 65 episodes of the beloved 1989 to 1991 series, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, here's what's interesting, though. Here's what's interesting. You have forums.blu-ray.com reporting this, all from the same site that Dawn of the Disc did. However, when you look elsewhere, you don't see any more information. You don't see Disney talking about it just yet. You don't see this person. You don't see this site talking about it or anything. And it's because the news, from what I understand, just came out today. As a matter of fact, when this was reported and when I printed it out, it came out about basically 4 to 6, 7 hours ago, so it's going to take time to really filter across all the outlets out there for basically being reported as to being released onto Blu-ray next year. Now, what's interesting about this is this kind of flies in the face of several reports of the fact that these kind of things weren't going to happen anymore, but it looks like what's going on is that with the new changing of the guard and Bob Chapek not being in the position a lot of people thought he was going to be in originally, and we get somebody else instead who's going to be his boss when they take over for Bob Iger at the end of the year, or at least at the end of this month. Basically, it looks like the new person in charge has been already approached by a lot of people suggesting some ideas to financially get them back on their feet. Because there's been various reports about Disney not, financially doing well, and, thus being the reason why a lot of prices at the parks, on the online store, and everything has been hiked up. This could be another reason why we are seeing this news come out. Now, according to the price range for it, courtesy of yourentertainmentsource.com, or yes, the yes website, the yourentertainmentsource.com, which is out of Canada, if you will. According to the website, the right now the SRP, the standard retail price for this, will be $54.99, basically rounded out to $55. Now you might say that's a little much for a Blu-ray, but you get a little much for a 65 episode, classic animated series. But you also got to remember, it's not DVD. If it was DVD, then yeah, it'd be a little bit more cheaper. But this is Blu-ray, and Blu-ray is a little bit more expensive. It's kind of the equivalent of, let's say they decided to make the announcement to go, not just with Blu-ray, but to go to 4K, the price would be hiked up even more because, again, you're using a more elite, format. Basically, you're using more of an elite physical format to produce these episodes on. Now, if they do follow the standard that a lot of shows have been going, or not a lot of shows, well, yeah, shows basically, but a lot of studios and video distributors and all that have been going, then you're looking at a 2 to maybe 3 disc release set here for Rescue Rangers. Because on average, one Blu-ray disc holds 50 to 52 episodes, if not 53 at most. Well, a second disc will hold the remaining episodes. So you're looking probably, like I said, at an average of 2 to 3 discs. And the reason I say 3 discs is there could be a good chance we get some extras. There's a good chance that they might decide to, basically spread them out a little bit more. And the reason they might spread them out a little bit more to maybe 2 to 3, maybe even 4 discs, let's look at it that way too, 4 discs, which would, basically back up the price, which would justify the price range of basically going from not just 2 discs, but 2 to 4, I should say, or 3 to 4 discs. The reason we could see, an additional disc or two to the set is because the series has been remastered in high definition. Thus, by being remastered in high definition, which you could actually see for yourself on Disney Plus, as well as other outlets like Apple, I think Amazon and Google and all them. The reason for that pretty much would justify the fact that okay, Disney has this, Disney owns the series, Disney owns the source material, they own the prints. It makes it a lot easier for them to just go out, go into the vault, bring them out and remaster them. Unlike some other shows we would like to see get remastered, and go from there. So the justification for the $54.99 price range, $55 basically, could mainly be justified by the fact that instead of 2, maybe 3 discs, we're looking at an average of 4 discs. That's right, we're looking at an average of 4 discs. And that would be really, really interesting, to say the least. Now, will it be worth it when it comes out to have this as part of your Blu-ray collection? In my opinion, absolutely. Yes, you can watch the shows on Disney Plus as we speak, but like I said, Disney right now, according to a lot of sources, numerous sources out there, are going through some financial hardships, which is why they're hiking a lot of things at the Disney parks. From the merchandise, the food, the snacks, the souvenirs, to the ticket prices, to the daily hoppers or whatever they call them. The reason for the hike is to get back the money they've lost during the pandemic and even before that. And thus is the reason why you're starting to see, shows like this or Blu-rays of complete shows like this that they own, straight up, or they have a license to, or they've purchased the rights to, being released at a price point of, like I said, around $55. Not only to justify the potential amount of discs they will be using, which I say could range from 2 to 4 discs at most, but also the fact that it also justifies, in their opinion, getting back the money they lost during the pandemic year, the initial year of the pandemic, and even before that. But either way you look at it, this to me is great news. I know some people, like I said, are not going to totally believe this because, no one else is talking about it. But like I said, it just came out this day. It just came out several hours ago. So it's going to take time to filter across the internet. But I'm really looking forward to this, and I will be adding it to my collection. There's no doubt about that. The other reason I think they're also doing this is because, according to numerous reports, some people are basically dropping their Disney Plus subscriptions, not at a rapid pace, but at a pace that kind of is taking Disney by surprise. So Disney is basically like, okay, well, how can we make up for that, and this could be one of those reasons, along with everything else that I talked about. So yeah, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers is coming to Blu-ray next year, the complete series, and what that means basically as well, the complete series is we're not going to get bamboozled or anything. We're not going to be what's the word I'm looking for? We're not going to be pretty much ripped off. We're not going to be left hanging or anything like that, because the initial 2 DVD releases originally back several years ago, about over a decade ago, I should say, almost, those initial releases were only 2 volumes, and they just covered basically the first, I think, 52, 55 episodes or something like that, or no, actually 52, and it left us hanging with the remaining 13 not being released. Well, now we're going to get that remaining 13 along with the other ones that were initially released in the first place as part of a complete series set released on Blu-ray. Now, a lot of people, when they heard about this, are excited, and they pretty much feel that if they could make this thing sell, if people will go out and buy this when it comes out, that this will help Disney realize, hey, maybe there is a market here, and that will make them probably take the other Disney afternoon shows that they have not completely released, as a whole, all episodes and everything on DVD. Sorry for the interruption there, guys, but like I said, a lot of people are hoping this will sell very well, because that way they can get other Disney afternoon shows that have yet to be completed. We know DuckTales has been completed. We know Gargoyles has been completed, but there are several that have yet to be completed. Goof Troop, Tailspin's been completed, so that's another one. But again, there's Goof Troop, there's Gummy Bears, there's Darkwing Duck, there's Aladdin. People want that not only on Disney Plus, but they want that on a physical media for release. There's Bonkers, if you will. They would like that. So there's a lot of stuff that DuckTales. Well, like I said, DuckTales is a complete release, but you get the idea. There's a lot of things there are other shows that didn't get the complete release, treatment. Like like I said, DuckTales, Gargoyles, Tailspin. The way they did. So they're hoping that if this sells well, which they're pretty much confident it will, that we will probably be able to send a message to Disney to do the same with the other shows, to do the same with the other series that they've either done a complete series set release on DVD, with before, or just the ones that they have yet to do it with. During the original initial release. But yeah, this is great news. Obviously, it's to tie into the Disney Plus series. I mean, not Disney Plus series, but the Disney Plus movie coming out next year. And the same thing, the same way, that Discotek's release of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is going to tie in with the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, which again, I believe is going to be, the way of pretty much, I guess, testing the waters, because everybody is hoping that the next ones that they do will be Sat AM and Underground. But like I said in the initial video they're already probably going to be doing that. They just want to wait until the movie comes out before they make that announcement, because again, Discotek, when they made this Media Day announcement, it was basically for the first quarter of the year, that basically being the first 4 months of the year, and that the next one for the next quarter will be announced probably in April, and then in April is where we'll get a better idea of whether or not we will be getting Sat AM or Underground, and I think we will. We might even get that announcement before then, but we'll see. But again, like I said, the same way, Discotek's doing that for Adventures to tie in with the movie, obviously, Disney's doing this to tie in with theirs, and I cannot wait till this comes out. And again, like I said, the reason for the price range, the retail price right now is due to the fact that we could have this released, due to the fact it's remastered in high def, we could have it released in 2 to maybe 4 disc when it, upon arrival. So basically, be prepared for that instead of 2 discs, you're getting 4 discs. But anyway, though, guys, I just wanted to come on here. Again, sorry for the interruption there, but I wanted to come on here, give you my thoughts on this. I'm telling you right now, I cannot wait for this to be released. And I know others will be talking about it soon. I know Clownfish TV might touch upon it. I know 3C Films might touch upon it. You know, hopefully some people will be talking about it really soon. But yeah, it is happening. Again, I know some people will question the validation, validation, if you will, of this whole situation, and whether or not it's true, whether or not it's legit. Again, it just came out, and there are some reliable sources like Dawn of the Disc and forums.bluray.com, and it's also coming from an online retail store with the initial release date of February 15th, 2022. Well, it says 2021. Obviously, they got to redo that. Looks like they got to redo that, I think. Because they're saying, yeah, I think they missed it. They did a mistypo here. It says order date is the 31st, which is New Year's Eve, and the release date is the 22nd. So obviously they made a typo. And I know a typo like that, you know, especially with the year, will throw people off. Like, wait a minute, why are they saying the 21st? And everything. And obviously it's, you know, a typo on their part and everything. But yeah, it is coming, guys. Apparently it is indeed coming on February 15th. Typo or not with the year. So yeah. You know, it's going to be interesting. You know, so it's going to be really interesting and everything when it gets released next year. And again, hopefully it does sell well. And, you know, it will lead towards other shows getting the same treatment down the line. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Live chat during the premiere. How do you feel about this? Do you think this is a great move by Disney? Do you think there are reasons, like what I mentioned, for them doing it? Comment below. Live chat during the premiere. Like I said, like the video. Check me out at my Teespring store, especially in time for the holiday season. You know, Christmas and everything. Get some for you, your family, your friends. Also, check me out at BW Rosas Discussions on all your favorite audio podcast locations, except for Pandora. And if you're listening to the podcast on Anchor.fm, listener support has been activated. And if you're watching, yes, I said watching, the podcast on places like Spotify, Amazon, and other places that have video podcast enabled, you can also watch a video version of my recent podcast, Topics on My Mind, that is, along with the MP3 version there, you know, in those areas as well. Also, check me out at BW Roses on Venmo. Check me out at patreon.com/BW Roses for the $1 or $3 tier. Also, check me out at Venmo, that is, at Brian-Walmer-2. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I'm excited about this. What about you? And I'm out.